Stop trying to shout over the noise of the world just to be heard. True power isn't found in the volume of your voice. It's found in the depth of your stillness with the Creator. We are stripping away every heavy expectation to transform your perceived weakness into a chain-breaking force. You've been told that to be strong, you have to be loud, that to be seen, you have to stay in the light. But what happens when the roar goes quiet, when the wilderness is the only thing you can hear?
Sarah, we need your input on the Q4 strategy. Sarah?
We prowl through the hushed wilderness of spiritual isolation, trying to find the you that existed before the world gave you a script.
I can't. I can't do it today.
You aren't being abandoned in the dark. You are being recalibrated in the secret. This is the hidden wilderness, the place where the labels placed on you by trauma finally begin to peel away.
Who are you when you're not trying to be enough?
Many spiritual lionesses are exhausted, not because they lack faith, but because they are carrying the weight of a roar you were never meant to fake. Generational expectations and past wounds, they create a false necessity for silence.
I used to know how to speak.
You've mistaken your fatigue for weakness, but in reality, your spirit is gathering the energy required for a massive internal shift. We confuse silence with a cage. We think that if we aren't producing or speaking or leading, we are disappearing.
God, is this all I am? Just the noise?
But the lioness knows something the world has forgotten. The most dangerous tension is the one that is silent. Your quietness isn't a cage, Sarah. It's a controlled, focused tension that precedes the breakthrough. The roar isn't gone. It's being forged in the heat of your exhaustion. We've been sold a lie that the louder you are, the more favored you must be.
It's too heavy. It's too heavy. It was always too heavy.
We chase external solutions, more followers, more yeses, more noise to heal an internal emptiness that only the wilderness can fill. You were never meant to carry the armor of a soldier who fights for the world's applause. God is dismantling the heavy external armor you were never meant to carry, to show you the skin you were born in. We search for God in the loud miracles, the parting of seas, the falling of walls. But the most precise work happens in the silent desert. Elijah didn't find him in the wind or the earthquake. He found him in the thin silence, the frequency your soul was tuned to before the world told you who to be. A lioness in the wild doesn't roar when she's hunting. She uses stealth. She uses the quiet as her greatest tactical advantage. Your spiritual isolation is a strategic withdrawal for recalibration. It's the divine deconstruction of the you that was built on trauma.
I thought I was being buried, but I was actually being planted.
Breaking generational chains doesn't always start with a shout. It starts with the quiet refusal to repeat old patterns.
I don't need them to hear me. I just need to be heard by him.
You are forging a new kind of authority, one that doesn't need to shout to be felt. Your stillness is becoming a disruptive force against the past. The silence is ending, but not with a frantic noise. Stripping away the noise is a surgical process. It is the architecture of the desert. You are learning to hear the original frequency of your identity before the world told you who to be.
I've been listening to everyone else's story. I forgot mine.
Divine deconstruction isn't an act of anger from the Creator. It's an act of protection. He is removing the armor that was actually a cage so your spirit can breathe. In the quiet, your influence doesn't disappear. It expands. Like a stone in a still pond, one prayer whispered in the wilderness carries more weight than 1,000 shouts in the city square. A lioness uses the quiet as her greatest tactical advantage. She doesn't roar to start the fight. She roars to declare the victory.
I am not hiding anymore. I am waiting.
Breaking generational chains starts with the quiet refusal to repeat the old patterns. Your stillness is a disruptive force against the trauma of your past. You are forging a new kind of authority, one that doesn't need to shout to be felt, one that is anchored in the eternal power of the one who called you by name. The silence is ending, not with a frantic noise, but with a grounded, resonant roar that reflects a soul anchored in eternal power. Step out of the shadows, not because the world is ready for you, but because you are finally ready for yourself.
Your roar was never lost, and it was just waiting for the silence to give it wings.